So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Space Dust. We're gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna start. What inspired you to start the band, and what does your band name mean?
So generally, like I've been super into music for like years. Like I've been in the school bands. I started playing the saxophone in fourth grade, um, and I've always kind of wanted to like be in a band. Like I played Guitar Hero since I was like 8 years old, and that was like my big moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
But recently, it's like you know what? I really want to finally start writing my own stuff, and then I cranked out some songs and a quick cover, and then I decided to put out the EP. Um, the band name is actually like the third band name I ended up deciding on. I was originally Local Idiot, and then I decided Local Idiot wouldn't be a very good thing to call myself.
I
Like
mean
it'd bring me down a
maybe.
little bit.
It's
I feel
it's
like
catchy.
It
it'd
is
be like a
catchy.
thing that kind of like bring me down a little bit. It's like I don't want to call
Oh,
myself that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I love space and like space in general. So space this is what I came up with.
Okay.
Hmm, cool. Wait, so how many other band names did you? Well, not band names, but like project names. Did you have like lined up apart from Local Idiot? Can you tell us any?
Um, yeah, well, like I got like local idiot was one. I was originally gonna go just under my first name.
Hmm.
Um, one I was like floating around. I thought it was Goldfish Water Cooler.
I like that.
Goldfish
Uh,
Water
I
Cooler.
like that.
yeah,
It's
straight up.
different.
I
It
know,
is.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hear that
Moon
enough.
Illusion was another one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Stuff like that, just random stuff like that, like things that don't make a ton of sense, but like,
Sound good together.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. So you just put out an EP, and it's called "Show 'Em What You're Made Of." What made you choose that name? Did you make the track first, or did you take the name from the track
So
to make it?
there's a really funny story about that actually.
Okay.
Please tell.
Uh, so I wrote the song and I finished recording the song before the EP was finished and before I had a title for the song.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and the official working title originally was "Eat My Fuck." Um, yeah, I don't know what that means, but
Fuck, I love it.
but that even after that, I changed it to "Cereal is Soup."
Okay.
I
That
mean,
was a running joke
it
with some
is.
friends. It is soup. It is. That's why
It is
I
soup.
went with that.
Yeah. Cold soup.
But eventually, I was like, you know what? I kind of like the feel of just like the phrase "show them what you're made of," and I was like, why don't I just call the EP that?
Okay.
Like that's kind of how that came to be.
All right.
Okay. Awesome. Sick.
All right. Uh, did you record this EP in quarantine, or was this like already done beforehand?
I recorded the entire thing. I have a very like unprofessional setup. I record everything in my basement. That's all
Okay.
I do.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
fair. That's how a lot of people start. So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
It's
there's truth in that.
it's a good setup. It gets me what it gets when I want it. It gets the job done. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
Exactly.
How are you feeling about the response to the EP?
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from like people who've like reached out and said like, "Hey, this is pretty sick," and like a lot of friends have listened to it. They've been really like positive about it.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy with it. I think it turned out good for the circumstances
Hmm.
and the sound that I was going for. So
Okay. That's good.
I'm really happy with the response so far.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, definitely. So where was your headspace when you wrote the EP?
It's kind of all over the place. Like the song "Sick" was the first one I ever wrote, and that was like a really just like bitter, like angsty, fuzzy punk rock track. And I was writing that because I was just like mad about the current response to the pandemic. Actually, I was writing this about the president.
Okay.
um,
Nice,
and
nice.
but then like the song "Beautifully Painful," like I really went for like a more like introspective and like kind of melancholy mindset, like focusing on like lost love, but like not like bitter about it, or just like grateful for the time that was there.
Yeah.
Um, and then Pipe Dream and Show 'Em What You're Made Of are both more just like bitter, like kind of like in your face. Like I was more just like I just want to write something that'll like attack and kind of hit somewhere there.
All right. So what bands influence the sound on the EP?
So a lot of old school punk bands like Ramones, Sex Pistols,
Hmm.
Misfits kind of like give me a lot of my like drive to like do the kind of punk feel.
Mhm.
But in terms of like how it sounds, I really want to kind of like capture like a fuzzy, like almost surf punk aesthetic. So
Okay.
Yeah.
like bands like if you ever heard like any stuff by the Frights, or Surf Curse, those are two big influences for that. And then like the kind of like I want to say Bikini Kill, because I want to list like more diverse bands out there, and Bikini Kill is like one of my favorite bands of all time. So I decided to like kind of emulate as much as I could as they of them. So
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. So, what song on your EP took the longest to write?
the longest to write, um, the last one I did was Pipe Dream, which is ironically the first track on the EP. I was kind of like just like bouncing around ideas, and I was like super like I was like really blocked by what I was like trying to put together for it. I could not think of anything to put into words, and I was like, you know what? I've had the phrase "pipe dream" floating around as a song idea for
Mhm.
ages. Like, just like they're telling me I can't do this, but I'm gonna show them that I can. So that's kind of how that came to be.
Yeah. Cool.
So how'd you choose the opener and the closer for the EP? Did you like write it to be an opener and closer, or did it
I
just kind of happen
eventually,
that way?
when I was recording and writing Pipe Dream, I was like, what if I just did like the guitar, the kind of blaring saxophone in there, and it's like, what if I just made that the intro, and then the next song kicks off with just the drums,
Hmm.
kicks off into the full arrangement,
Okay.
and then the last song is the Rob Zombie cover, so I just kind of wanted to finish it up with that.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Solid. Solid. So, how. Oh, well, okay. So, what is it like dropping an EP with the current world situation?
Especially like a
For-
debut
Um,
EP.
yeah, it's like it's weird. It's like I can't like play shows to promote it or anything. I can't like tour it. I
Mhm.
can't do anything like that. It's purely just like me pushing it as much as I can on social media or like to friends that I know and just like talking to them about it. So it's like
Mhm.
it's challenging, but I think like it's gonna be rewarding in the end. I think it'll help me kind of build a little base of operation here.
All right.
Okay. Solid.
So for the last couple questions, we're gonna shift away from the EP and go to like death row. Um, so if you're on death row, what would your last meal be and why?
My last meal on death row. Okay. Oh man, that's
Very
tough.
important.
It's the questions get more important from here.
They do.
Glad to hear it. I don't know. I'm a vegetarian, so like,
Yeah, vegetarian gang. Let's go.
oh yeah. Um, Green pepper and onion pizza is my favorite
Ooh.
food on the planet. So it'd be that, an extra large cherry coke, and a side of Arby's curly fries.
All right.
Oh,
There you go.
it's
Solid.
sick.
Because
Nice. I might actually have to try that.
I haven't had those in forever.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've had Arby's before, so if I do, I will try their curly fries.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
1 week only. Chalk Zone. You know Chalk Zone?
I do not.
No.
Chalk Zone is an old Nickelodeon show about this kid who like had a magical piece of chalk and he can kind of go between the real world and this world of chalk.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's
Cool.
like it was super like weirdly like it didn't last long. It was a very short run show,
Okay.
Oh.
but I loved the hell out of it. So that'd be my go-to.
All right.
Okay. Sick. Wait, so you'd live in that chalk world?
Yeah, because
Okay.
he can like draw like whatever he needs with that piece of chalk. It's like
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's
All right.
awesome.
And this is the last question. Some say it's the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Oh gosh,
Yeah. It's very
lilac purple
important.
for sure.
Lilac
Lilac
purple.
purple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a specific shade. Violet,
Um,
lilac.
yeah, yeah. Lilac purple, you know when like the sun is starting to set and like it's like very orange by the sun, but it's like it starts to fade out into that pinkish purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the color.
Okay.
Sick.
All right.
Alright. Reminds me of
Um,
that one Hunger Games scene. I don't know where he was like, "Look at the sunset." I don't know if you've seen. Sorry, that was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
specific.
I don't know.
Yeah.
the very specific Hunger Games.
Sorry.
So that's all the questions we have for you. Is there anything you want to plug?
Um, Well, as of right now, like I've got the EP out on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, anywhere you can find it. If you can just get some listeners on that, that'd be great. I have 7 CD copies available if anyone wants to buy those on my website. You can find that on my Twitter at spacedust_il. And that's about it.
All right.
Awesome.
So congratulations on the EP release. Thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
This has
Thank
been
you, guys.
Space Dust and a Really Good Noise podcast.